If you have 10 stick men here, and you come here, and nobody want to play, because you're a good fighter, and you call with them bar man, you call them, and they want to think, you raise a stick song. It has songs they will come out. It have songs like, with them bar man day, tingering, oh Lord, tingering, somebody go there, tingering. With them bar man day, tingering. With them stick man day, tingering, somebody go there, tingering. Oh Lord, tingering. Zap it in the mama, tingering. Oh God, tingering. With them bar man day, tingering. They will come out. Because after, you see, you're calling them out. In the songs, you're calling them out. With them bar man. And the bar man them here. So out of the 10, one might say, "Rod for you, boy." A man will come out. So that certain songs will come out. It has certain songs you will hear, and you will play a fella who you tell yourself that you can't play all the time all through the season. And when that song raise, you gotta raise it, start playing them. A man gonna say, "No, okay, I can't play." You say about playing here, I say go ahead.
Why you gonna say go ahead all the time? You tell them I don't go.
No, because you say you want, because you had the vibes. You see, stickers are vibes. You had the vibes to play him. You see him meditate. You see stickers not only sticker telling her that is how to go around and watch, observe. You watch people. You watch men's style. You meditate. That's why this grounds is for that. This grounds here is for that.
Yeah.
That's why if I follow that tall fella, I follow that short fella. That's why like these. Like this thing here, like this. Anytime you hit, when you make a shot, end of the stick, it print out. As you barely say, power the belly says, "Bam!" Rush him inside the back. You know why inside the back? Right. Because he barely see the stick. He barely see it, and he hit him with the end of the stick. Yeah. The end. It's the end of the stick that's cut here, you know. Really and truly.
If the sergeant try, if the sergeant tried to stop me, if the sergeant tried to stop me, the doctor go dress his body.
If the sergeant tried to stop me,
if the sergeant tried to stop me, the doctor go dress his body.
If the sergeant tried.
As our research in the art form developed, we began to recognize that there were a series of archaic laws designed to block and inhibit the development of calendar as an art form. And one of the things we did to address that was form the Bois Academy. It was a collection of the elders, some of the oldest living stickmen, and what we did as a collective group was start lobbying for changes in the art form and the way it was represented. And one of the things we did, first major event we held was a Gael. Gael was right here in St. Mary's, Poitras. It was one of the biggest Gaels that they've held in Trinidad in the last 20 years. We had villagers in mass numbers coming out. One night we had over 8,000 people. And what that taught me was the power of calendar as a tool for social change. The power of calendar as a tool for community growth, community development. And it was just amazing to see these stick fighters, the women, the children, everybody interacting and having what to me felt like what Carnival and that whole experience must have been like 100 years ago. I had the pleasure and one of the proudest moments of my personal life to see Keegan stand up with Acid as members of the St. Mary's Gael and play.
That's where a lot of things started. Acid say, "I want you to stand with me, my brother. He's the only man I ever teach stick, and I love you like a brother." And he was really emotional, but he was sincere. For me, it makes sense. A lot of the behaviors he exhibited, the situations that we ended up in, it looked just like the movie or the movies. A young man came with nothing, or what he thought was everything, but he knew was nothing. Met the rogue, vagabundo, up in the hills or in the bushes, literally happened. And they would test you. There were broken fingers and busted heads, and you had to come back the next day, and you just train, and you would be taught a new lesson, and you had to get it, and you didn't get it, and you just keep coming back. And then the final testing ground on Mayaro Beach, when he wanted to see what you had or what he had taught you. And you displayed yourself very good, and then he would actually touch you on your shoulder and say, "You're ready now." Those words actually happened.
We play with tide, my arrow. We play with tide, my arrow. We playing with tide, my arrow. Coconut on the beach, my arrow. We playing with tide. We playing with tide, my arrow. We playing with tide, my arrow. Coconut on the beach in my arrow. We playing with tide. We playing with tide, my arrow.
I tell you, he's a real stick man, you know. You see, your bloodline, somewhere in your bloodline, that'll be someone from your great-grandfather coming up, was a Bois Man. The stick was always there in we blood from creation. You know, we come here with this. This is not like just a sport where we just learn. This is an art form.
How you just prepare your stick?
If I go in and cut a stick, at first I go and take a bathe. I might look for clean, not clean clothes, but I might want to have new clothes to put on, you know. I want new cutlass to go and cut it. After I done bathe, change my clothes, semi-pros. I wouldn't even dry my skin, and I ain't bathing in no pipe water and, you know, stuff like that. I'm looking for a spring or a river with running water to bathe. And I go in there clean. I know I want to stay away from, I want to, how should I say, abstain from a female companion for that period of time while I go in and deal with my stick. Because I want my stick to be clean. When I cut my stick is part of me. This stick must be able to break a gunshot when I don't cut it. So when I reach to cut my stick now, I'll tell the stick, you know, I'll ask the forest to give me, ask the forest permission first to let me cut that stick, and then I'll tell the stick why I'll be cutting him, and you know, and this is how I'll get my stick. And you don't just walk in the bush and cut any stick. There's last stick call here. The spirit of the Bois Man come from the forest, you know? Because you ever hear about the story they tell you about Papa Bois? He's the man that protect all the animals in the jungle. If should a person go in there and decide he could kill the animals without conscience, that is the man who protect the jungle, Papa Bois. And here is his name, Papa Bois. You know?
So a stick man is like a protector then?
Well, a stick man, in his community, he have to be a protector. You wouldn't see nobody walk in the community and just try to mash it down. He will stand up no matter if it costs him his life. That is the role of a stick man. He can't help that, you know. He might want to do it, but that is the way you have to do it. And this whole thing with stick, nobody never teach me stick. My calling from stick is through the spirit. I just get our vibes just so, and I feel that, you know. I just say, hey, stick playing on my block, boy. And I go in and play stick. Nobody can come here and play stick and things. So, and the man will come in, they say he is the king. I just get the vibes, I go on and I cut a stick, and I expected he to give me a chance because he know me, but he wasn't giving me no chance. He was like attacking me because he tell himself, hey, this man look like he come for blood. But that time I just come out there to say, hey, we're going on out here. And he pushed me to the distance that my DNA came on surface. And the true Bois Man in me came to be. And I cut him in the second stick. As the most I over my here in me, I cut him in the second stick. And from there, I go on clear from there and started to play stick.
Are you ready to go home? Are you ready to go home? No, we have more bois. More bois to come. More bois in the gyro.
Dinino, dinin mama.
Why, Dinino?
Dinin mama, dinin papa.
Why, Dinino?
Dinino, sayawango.
Why, Dinino?
Mama, take your time, boy, and sing my calendar.
Why, Dinino?
Never let your trouble take you.
Why, Dinino?
Mama, never met your blue Bible, you.
Now that we open our gyal in St. Mary's, that took a little part of was in it, you know, took a little part to experience the excitement and to help the younger people to sort of walk in a way that it used to be.
How necessary is spirituality to stick fight?
The songs that you sing, most of the songs are songs to the ancestors, is more or less warrior songs. Like say when you go to Okmagayal, you do certain rituals as a sort of a form of acknowledgement to those who pass on. As we would say, an acknowledgement to the ancestors.
Send all the obia they buy for me. Send all the obia they buy for me. I don't pass in the cemetery. Send the obia they buy for me. Send all the obia they
How has stick fight changed over the years?
In times before, when you have stick fighters in a village, people used to look up to them. They were considered to be men who were sort of upstanding. People would go to them for advice at times. If there was contention among the people, these stick fighters in the village would sort of be like the peacemaker. Sometimes they settle it out with stick fight or talk in dialogue. They used to open the little gayals by shops and or on the village junctions. And it used to be something exciting. And even the children and younger ones would come, so they learn the songs and they learn the art from looking on. And you know, the older ones would tell them about it and sort of explain to them certain little things, answer their questions and things, but that doesn't happen today.
Callie's father, Muxila, was very studied and very introspective, as a matter of fact. He was not a sort of in-your-face fighter. He'd hurt you. You know, when he got involved, he was going to hurt somebody. It was almost as though he was steaming with something internal. To my mind, he exemplified the tradition perhaps more fully than all of them because, see, he was a woodsman. He didn't work in industry at all or anything like that. He worked alone in the woods with his animals. He had a buffalo. He hauled the hardwood logs and whatnot when they cut them down. That's what he did.
I'm living alone in the jungle. Living alone, I'm living alone in the jungle. I'm living alone in the jungle. Snake and lion hard to humble.
So that, I mean, nobody's going to get a CMG or whatever it is for being a good stick fighter, or for being a good villager, or for being a good man of the village. There's no award beyond what that small circle of people you know and your comrades and whatnot. Outside of those circles, outside of that circle, they're at sea quite often, totally at sea. They aren't ready to compete elsewhere, not prepared to compete elsewhere. Okay, they don't have any political power, not going to get any, you're not going to get any, you're a woodsman, you're not going to make any money. You do terribly dangerous work. I went to Muxila, I watched him haul mahogany logs out of the forest. It's damn dangerous. You risk your life running downhill with a log running down behind you and stuff like that. But there's no money in it, really. You barely keep your family together. So you are substantially living the life of a low-level yeoman. You are a yeoman, and you take your values from there. What is a yeoman? What does a yeoman do? He handles the land, handles the trees, the environment, and he defends himself from other men, and he stands up, he's stalwart. And being stalwart becomes very important, and that's what you stand for.
When I'm dead, bury me clothes. I want a woman to wear me clothes. When I'm dead, bury me clothes. I want a Bois Man to wear me clothes.
When I'm dead, bury me close.
Say, if I dead, I dead. When I'm dead,
Bury me close.
bury me in short and tie.
When I'm dead, bury me close.
Bury me clothes. When I'm
Dead,
dead,
bury me close.
I want a Bois Man to wear me clothes.
The stick we call for now, look them here. You play with this, and you play through Trinidad and Tobago, and if a fella cut you, you're well cut. You're well cut. Don't play with bad stick to harm a fella. That ain't good. When I play in stick, the only thing I do with playing stick, get up in the morning, bathe, put some red lavender in my water and bathe and go and play stick free. And never do a fella to spoil his stick. And if I do that, God should send me up to now. Never do that.
Yes, so yes, about fair play. You
Fair
believe
play.
in that.
Fair play.
You believe in fair play.
Fair play. Don't hit a fella to spoil a fella. It ain't good. Because if you spoil me, who will play again? You understand? Who go play again? And I love this stick playing. In and through to hold a stick and play with a good mind and a fair mind.
And then knowing you going to school and your father on front line in the Express, King stick fighter Harold Brown. I've never been dethroned. When I tell people Harold Brown is my father, they like wants to meet him. Right? And at his age now and still as a king, he's a legend then.
But as a good thing for the youths, it's better for the youths to stay out of trouble and think they could get themselves into some things. Doing something and learning something from the older, it's a very good experience. And I like my father because, you know, can't let nothing happen to him. I just take care of him. So I just be kind of worried now. Because mommy leave me in charge. Yeah, be my eyeball right here.
Sing Rosie, Rosie, with a bag of silver.
Can you tell us anything about women and their role in stick fight?
They were important on the crew, this side. Very important. The taunting and the dancing and the singing. Some of them, if they find like the guy getting cold, they would take a stick and they would come out. And like they showing the men how it is to be done.
Rosie, Rosie, Miss Rosie, 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 with a bag of silver. Rosie, Rosie, with a gold and silver. Rosie, Rosie, with a bag of silver. Rosie, Rosie, with a gold and silver. Rosie, me darling, with the gold and silver. Rosie, me darling, with the gold and silver.
You talk about the drums. You say the drums are squally.
Sometimes when I go on the drum beat too, like my hair raised in my body. I say like I feeling to play a war. This night they had this guy, we went to Marabella. And when we reached Marabella, the drum beating. They had the guy in the back of the market, the back down there. The drum beating, and as the drum beating, I see this woman by the name of Molly. She jumping like Harold Brown's wife. I said, well, boy, for you tonight. I said, me afraid of a woman tonight. I said, anybody. And me and she hang. And now she carry. I rest it up in her ribs. I said, go back. And the crowd go there. Go back again. I hit she. Whap. Then I look, I see. My husband come and he stopped the game. He said, you're going to kill a woman tonight. I said, I'll let she play. She said she must come back. I said, all right, give she a chance again. She come back and she carry. When she carry, man, I hit she again. They say, cut the stick. They say, stick down there.
You used to fight more women or men or both?
Oh, like, I fight woman. I fight man, play with man too, But you know, man don't really want to play with woman. You know? But woman, some woman just feel well them.
Yeah.
They could make it.
You feel the men didn't want to play because you were Stokely wife and another.
I think so. Yeah. We was a discovery was in Morugan,
Yeah.
Chinese, stickman Chinese. So he played stickman Chinese. They used to have it by the church. So when he played stickman Chinese and he fall on the ground, he hit Chinese stick and he fall. And when he fall, Chinese get on the ground and beating him on the ground. And piece of his stick come back to me because I was always there with him. And when that stick come back, I take that stick and when I start to beat Chinese, so Chinese was